Good morning. Welcome to Big Dog Forge. Running a couple of minutes late. Sorry about that. It's 6:02 a.m. Hang out for a while and see what the world has to bring today. Wilbert Forge, Shane, good morning. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. What have you got going this morning? Anything good? Mr. Crawford, good morning to you, sir. It's good to see you this fine Sunday morning. Hope you guys are doing okay today. Got a few folks coming in. That's awesome. Love to see that. Glad you guys come in and hang out with me on Sunday mornings, because I'm going to be here regardless, because I love this stuff. Coffee. And it's cool. You come and hang out. What you got going today, Mr. Crawford? Looks like our volume's okay. Volume okay. Lights okay. All that good stuff. Soggy Bottom Forge. Joe, good morning. How are you? It's good to see you as well. Going to do a little bit of a thing on wrought iron today. A little wrought iron discussion. So, Mr. Crawford, you're such a gentleman. Such a nice guy. Wish we had more time to hang out when we were down at Sofa a few years ago. Richard Bryant, good morning. How are you? I'm looking at my live stream stuff over there, keeping an eye on making sure all the connections are good and all that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. Granddaughter's second birthday party. You gonna have a pony? Right on your pony? That's awesome. Second birthdays. That's so cool. Kids are all grown up and gone around here. It's we got one that comes and goes. And that kind of thing. But yeah, when they're younger, it's all nothing but birthday parties and fun. And, you know, school and lunches and blah, blah, blah. Those days are behind me. With your wife, so you can pester her. You tell her that Tim from Big Dog Forge said it's a must. You have to go to the knife show because your health and your mental health depend on it. Drayson's Forge, good morning. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. I actually have something here for you I wanted to check on. I wanted to know how big of a knife your friend is going to be looking to make, because I just found this yesterday, as a matter of fact, going through all my stuff. Let's see if we can get I don't think the camera is going to do this justice. Come on, camera. Come on. We're going to make you guys look at fuzzy stuff for a minute until this thing focuses. There we go. This is a chunk of motorcycle chain Damascus. It's not clean, but it's clean enough you can see what's going on. It's got some 1095 on the bottom, motorcycle chain. The other side's just cleaned up a little bit. But I don't know if that's going to be big enough for a stock removal type knife that they want to do. So, let's see. Nice. They found another place for you. Joe's got another job. That's awesome. I, however, just to let you know, I'm cold. Derek, how are you this morning, brother? Good to see you. Ben Toombs, I know you're in here lurking around somewhere. Somebody said hi to you and I missed you. There you are. Good morning. How you doing? Ah. Oh my goodness. Yes, they are fun and challenging there, Crawford. This is very true. Pretty. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's if that's something that your guy can grind a knife out of, I don't know how wide, how long, what kind of knife they're looking for. That thing is, I don't even have a tape measure with me. I always have a tape measure with me. I don't have one. But yeah, it looks to be probably 1.75 inches wide, maybe 10 inches long, 9, 10 inches long, something like that. No idea. Ben Toombs. Oh, hi. Saying hi back to me. Nice. Takes me a minute to catch up. I'm old. It says my stream is poor. If I start chopping up or anything goes wrong, let me know, guys. Okay, well, I got y'all in here. Dad Rat's Forge. Hey, how you doing? I found, I don't even know where it's at. I had it earlier today. I found an envelope from like 3 years ago that was from Granddad's Forge. It has a Granddad's Forge sticker in it. And I had no idea that I had that. I need to get that on something. Dad Ratsford, what's the words? Let me see. I only spent a short time in England. It was a couple of months, years ago. But the one thing that people, I'm chuffed to see you here. I think that was the word they used. Now I'm showing my inability to be international. How's that? Dooms, Rusty. Oh, Rusty Hubcap. Oh, Alan, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you in here this morning. It's awesome. Oh, we got a bunch of folks in here, and so I am going to we got a little house cleaning to do, a little public service announcement from Big Dog Forge. We are starting to crank up more videos, more production. I got a child who is tech savvy more than me, who's going to start editing videos for me so we can do more production stuff. And they ran across my old Patreon page and are going to reactivate that. A lot of you guys have your information in there, and I think we're donating or whatever. Go check that out and pull yourself out of there if that's not where you want to be. And that's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with any of that. I just don't want to activate something and then all of a sudden you get charged without some sort of notification. I'll be sending out an email to everyone that's on that thing, but go check your whatever you're doing, if you're doing anything on Patreon or you had in the past. I shut down all the payments and everything when I was unable to continue before, but now we're going to fire that back up because we need to turn this into a regular old business. Well, we're going to have fun. It's not going to be a business, but you know what I mean. I am now unemployed. I was working with my company, and I haven't been working with them for a while. I've been off disability type thing because of all this. And on Monday last week, they laid me off because of lack of work, which is typical in Carpenters Union. You get laid off, you come back, whatever. But this will be a more permanent situation. So I, for the first time since 1974, am unemployed. It's the weirdest thing. I've never been that before. I was only unemployed for 2 weeks when I got out of the military. I went to work with my uncle. And, yeah. I didn't even get a chance to enjoy any unemployment or nothing like that. So, anyway, so if you guys are in the old Patreon thing, go check yourselves out. Make sure that you're not going to get surprised by some charge on your card. I don't want that to happen to you. So, all right. You're welcome, Dad Rats. Dad Rats Forge. You gotta have a first name. What's your first name? I need to call you something other than your first name. G'day, Alexis. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Yeah, so we're gonna give it a go and see if we can get Big Dog Forge cranked back up and do all sorts of stuff. I did a video will be coming out. I was trying to get it out last week, but it has been extremely busy around here. Did a video on upgrading the sawdust collection system for the CNC so we can move forward with the knife handles. Got the 3D scanner up and running and that whole department going. So yeah, gonna be doing all sorts of 3D types of creations and a little bit of woodworking, some iron work, crossover with some 3D printing stuff. We've already did a 3D printed canister knife thing here recently, so we're going to continue doing some more of that stuff. So yes, I am a full-time employee of Mrs. Big Dog. Yes, that is very true. That's kind of funny because it's kind of always been that way, but now she is the main boss, the person I have to answer to. Oh my goodness. I got to come back up here and take a look at something I missed. Anyway, I have been seeing a lot of stuff since this is all about, what we're doing here. I've seen quite a few folks, some new folks online. They're newer blacksmiths, and they're working with wrought iron, and I'm not going to be able to preach anything to you guys because you guys know all this stuff. But on the chance that somebody passes by here, I have a little discussion about wrought iron this morning. First degree forge. Josh, let's see. I've got my all over the place. I got Drayson, I got your message on Instagram. I haven't answered you back. Joshy Poo. I love that. Got your thing on doing a collaboration. You need to know. Send me a message on what you're thinking. Where we going from where? Do you need what we need to do to get moving on that collab with you? Because this is something we've been talking about for years, and I want to get you on the list of stuff to do. So that's going to be exciting for me. Exciting. Let me see. Yeah, retirement can be a challenge. I've got enough to do with Big Dog Forge and everything that's going on, but it's the whole. I always had somebody scheduling stuff for me in the past. You know what I mean? It was like, now I get up and I'm like, what do I do first? Well, the first thing's coffee. But then the next thing, there's this whole big, just pick something and move. I need to get myself structured a little bit better. Been to handheld scan, yeah. First, I've got an HP scanner. It's a few years old, but it's stationary. It does this whole array of crap that I don't even know how to make it work, but it does the little things that I want to do. So thanks, Josh. Yeah, let me know what's going on. Just send me something. We can get started on that because I have a feeling it's going to be epic. Pooh, can we call you Pooh Bear? Yeah, Joshy Pooh Bear. I'm digging it. Oh. Gregory, good morning. How are you? It's good to see you. Good to see you. All right, back to what my thing was this morning. I've been watching some younger blacksmiths on YouTube, and I can't remember their names at the moment. And the ones that do come to mind aren't doing what I was thinking about. But anyway, there's a young blacksmith on YouTube called Beginner Blacksmith. And he's very open and honest about the fact that he's picking up a hammer for the first time. I think he's put out a half a dozen videos. There's Reyes Blacksmithing. She does mostly Discord, and she does like 2-hour live streams and then puts them on YouTube. These are not the people I'm talking about, but they're an example of the people that I've been watching lately. A lot of young smiths on YouTube, and some of them are working with wrought iron. And if any of them have the opportunity and they come by and they stop by and they see this, perhaps we can offer them some help, advice, and information. And part of that is Alexis has been through this. You guys with Island Metal Forge, the Impractical Blacksmiths, you guys went through all sorts of metal with in-depth explanations and histories and all that stuff. And I'm not trying to go down all the same roads, but a little bit of that is wrought iron needs to be worked at an extremely high heat. And the reason I'm putting this out here now, the reason I want to talk about it, is because I've watched young smiths recently pick it up like it's mild steel and work it until it's almost cold. It cracks, it falls apart, they don't understand. And not just young smiths and new smiths. And I'll convey a story to you here really quickly. When I met up with the folks at John Coffey's place 6 years ago, they had Daniel Moss there from England. Trust me, I'm a blacksmith. Excellent guy. Love Dan. He's a good guy. He came over and taught a class in hammer making, and he brought a bunch of tooling with him. I think Newt's Leather Smithy. I can't remember. Anyway, he was doing some welding, putting tools back together, and we were all having a great time. And Ben Toombs was there. He was hammering out a hammer right alongside me, as a matter of fact. And they asked me to strike for someone else. And in my particular history, at that point, I had been forging for close to 40 years. And it had been on my own and with my mentor, and I'd never belonged to a guild or any of that stuff. I knew absolutely not how to strike. I was not a striker. I didn't know how to strike, and everybody was looking at me going, "But you're Big Dog Forge. You know all this stuff." I had never picked up a sledgehammer to strike for someone else. And they were literally teaching me that. So when I say that there's folks out there that don't understand about stuff about wrought iron, even some of the more seasoned folks. I watched Alex Steele beat on some wrought iron the other day till it was almost cold, dull red, and it started cracking on him really bad, and he was not quite getting why. But if you're going to deal with wrought iron, it's self-fluxing. When you weld it, forge weld it, you really don't need to use any borax. And the reason is because when they make wrought iron, it's raw iron. Back in before the industrial era, a guy named Cobb, I think, I can't remember, 1785, 84, something like that, discovered if they put oxides into pig iron, which is basically cast iron, high carbon content, they could burn a lot of the carbon out of it. And it was called puddle iron. And they would pull that puddle iron and then start working it. And they would fold it. But as a flux, to get it to weld together on those folds, they would throw silica sand on it. That silica sand is what the inclusions are in wrought iron. So those sort of silica striations that you see in it remelt when you heat that stuff, and it acts as a flux. So it's self-fluxing. But those can also cause it to crack if you work it too cold. So keeping it up near welding temperature is what keeps that glass, you might say, in those layers from breaking and cracking apart. So if there's any young smiths out there that are working wrought iron, typically it's best in a coal forge. You can isolate your heat and keep it up really high. But gas forge will work if you've got one that burns hot enough. And now that I've preached all this and I've gone off on a rant and I've been ignoring chat completely, I'm going to go back here and read some of this stuff and try to catch up. But yeah, if you're watching somebody who's doing wrought iron, and it's not a pet peeve, it's a little bit of a thing that I rant about a little bit, only because people pick up a piece of iron and think all the properties are the same. Of course, Josh, Alexis, you guys have been around so long, you know. Crawford, Alan, all you guys. I mean, you've heard this. You've listened to other people talk about it. You've seen it. But these new smiths out there, they don't really have, unless they're part of a guild, they're not really getting the advice of a more seasoned group. And I think that this group can be advantageous to them. And yeah, so now that I'm done ranting about that, what else do I have? Thank you guys were here for the house cleaning thing. I'm going to keep preaching this for those who were not here before. But if you had been on Patreon with Big Dog Forge in the past, you'll be getting an email or message from Patreon from Big Dog Forge. We're going to start that back up. If your credit card is in there, your information is in there, whatever, however you are paying for that, if you do not want to do that and you want to back out of the Patreon thing, you'll be getting a message to let you know, feel free. I know my financial situation has changed in these times, so if you need to do something else, please do so. I don't want anybody to have any surprises. Look at that. My little screen thing that tells me how my stream's doing says excellent. We're having an excellent live stream. This is cool. Anyway, I'm missing so much stuff. I'm just rambling, and I haven't read anything. Ben Toom shall be known as Nemo once again. Oh, let me see. I got to get down here. Who did I strike for? I can't remember. It's so foggy. It was 6 years ago. I don't remember what I ate for breakfast. Actually, I do. It was raisin bread. But, you know. Who do you remember who I struck for there, Alexis? Oh, yeah, playing a game with me, testing my memory. Oh, Kevin. Good morning, Kevin. Everybody's saying good morning. Oh, hi. How you doing? Trail Dust. Good morning. How are you? Nice. Yep. That's a word for it. Oh, crap. It doesn't matter, Josh. You can communicate with me whatever way you like. I've been checking my Big Dog Forge email, and I haven't found anything from anybody in there. The only messages I have been getting are direct messages on Instagram, and I've been getting those from Drayson's Forge. Great for you. Yeah, you're very kind. You like to hear me talk. That's fun. You guys are fun. I'm catching up on all the reading here. I'm not ignoring you guys. Did I strike for you, Alexis? I don't remember. Oh my God. You know what? Mine's right over there. I was working with Dan. He was doing some finishing up on all of them on Mr. Coffee's Power Hammer. And he handed me mine, and he's like, here you go. Finish it up yourself. And I'm like, okay. And I brought it home. I've never finished it. It's sitting in there on a shelf. Not more than 10 feet away from me. Yeah, I am remembering some of this stuff. I am remembering. So we did a live stream from that place, from Mr. Coffee's house. I have a half-liter wrought iron anchor chain that I picked up at a swap fest a few years ago. Still haven't touched it. I have a bunch of different types of iron and steel here. And what I'm going to do in the interest of making some income is I'm going to be selling some of that stuff off. But you guys that are part of the channel are going to get the special deals. And I was thinking about, and I don't know if this will work out or not, but I was thinking about having a live stream showing some of that stuff off. If somebody wanted something, they could just mark it for you and send it off to you, kind of an auction kind of thing. I got to clear some of this stuff out. I'm getting to the point where I have to have help moving the big iron stuff that I carried in here myself, and I need to get rid of it before I get to be 75 and I can't even pick up my own weight. So yeah, I need to start thinning things down here a little bit. I've got a whole library of blacksmith books I'm probably going to be selling off. I got all kinds of stuff that's going to be going out the door. Eventually, I'm going to have to start getting rid of some of the larger equipment as well. But yeah, we'll figure that out later on. Today is Sunday and we're just having a good time. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Derek. Thank you so much. I always forget to tell people to do stuff like that. But you know, that's why I got you guys. You take care of me all the time. It's amazing. You wanted to buy 6 links from him and he declined. We actually, I've got some chain around here somewhere. And I think at one time I was going to send some of that to Penn Tombs. It's so vague and so I don't really remember. But being here in the Northwest, all the log booms that are out in the Puget Sound and on the riverbanks of the big rivers, they had used wrought iron boom chain for everything around here. So there's a couple of salvage companies that have this wrought iron chain hanging all over the place. And for a while they were selling it pretty cheap, but now it's gone through the roof. Craig, good morning. How are you? It's good to see you dropping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. It's like we got about 17, 18 folks hanging out, and we've had somewhere around 41. So that's pretty cool. I'm digging it. Good morning, Leon. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. I'm going to sip some coffee here because it's the elixir of life. Oh, tea, on the other hand. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm not going to be one of those guys who's going out on the interwebs going, join Big Dog Forge, I need the money kind of thing. But I am going to start steering it more towards bringing in a few dollars and cranking out the videos to get that ad revenue, that kind of stuff. And we've got some pretty interesting stuff coming along. And a lot of it will be blacksmithing. A lot of it's going to be woodworking. A lot of it's going to be 3D print stuff. As a matter of fact, I've got, I don't know how many of those things sitting around that I built from scratch, and they're pretty cool, and I'm going to share that stuff with you guys. So it's kind of like the old, I was listening to a seminar by a younger blacksmith, East Coast guy, can't remember his name, but he was talking about people doing canister Damascus with 3D printed canister Damascus type stuff. And I've done some of that, and there's several other guys who have done some of that. But there's criticisms, but there's always criticisms. There's things that are added to all the time, new tools, that kind of thing, and they're not going to go away. It's going to get more invasive, that kind of thing. I tend to want to embrace the change that's coming rather than fight it. Literally, if you live in a country that's a desert, there are no trees, and you're making iron. Let's say it's 500 years ago. Unless you have wood imported, you're making your knives with metal handles, right? And then all of a sudden some guy comes along with a truckload of wood and he's like, here, let's make knives with wooden handles. Well, that's a new thing. We can't do that. It's all of our knives are made with metal handles. Okay, well, there's a new technology and it's called wood, and you're going to start putting wooden handles on your axes and your spears and your knives and everything else. So it's kind of a weird comparison, but the fact is that new technology comes along all the time, and I can't just push it away. I have to figure out how to, because it's fun to play with. It's fun to play with. I don't get the whole AI thing that everybody's talking about. I tried a little bit of that. That went sideways, but it's just, it's not something we're going to be able to hide from. Find a lot of wrought iron in Missouri. Mostly old wagon wheels. Yeah, I've got a couple of old wagon wheels here. A lot of them didn't survive out here where I'm at. A lot of salt content on the coast. And people tend to want to make yard art out of these things, and after 20 years they turn into dust, get buried, whatever. The more hardcore wrought iron lasts for quite some time, but you don't find that many out here. The mini big wagon wheels. But I do have 2 of them, I think, out in the back. And I bought them specifically because they were wrought iron. And that was years ago, and I never touched them. You got all these plans and they never come true. Oh my goodness. Ben had steak on his birthday. I had steak last night. Steak on his birthday. That's nice. Blacksmithing was a new technology once. And I think that was around a time when people were afraid of anybody that played with fire, so there was a little bit of, must be a magician of some sort kind of thing going on. But they make useful tools, so we'll put up with the demon. Jack Pines, good morning. How are ya? Good to see ya. Best part of waking up. It is. You know how to make me drink some coffee. Me too, Mr. Crawford. Daniel, you're so funny. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to dink around with and play with, but it just wasn't my gig. $300. 30 pounds. I thought that said 300 pounds. That's just my bad eyeball. Of wrought iron at Quad State. Did you get a good deal on that? I don't know what it's going for nowadays. If you go to eBay and you look, people think that, everything's worth the price of gold there. Oh, Word Forge. Finally got my coffee. I'm telling you. It's the elixir of life. That's where you found them yard arts. Yep. Show off. Angel Dave, good morning. Just waiting to say hello. Cut out the show to get in the shop. Hey, have a great day in the shop, man. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Be safe. Most importantest thing. I don't care who you are. There's someone in the world that thinks about you and cares about you, and if you're not being safe, it's not good. You got to be safe. Yeah. You drive around here and people have, there's one guy in town here that used to have, I don't know where it went, but he used to have an anvil sitting in his front yard. And I stopped and talked to him a couple of times. He wouldn't let go of that thing. No, it's a cool yard art. I'm like, oh God. But yeah, I don't know if the guy moved away or died or what. Here on the east coast of Canada goes for 45 for 6 inches. Really? Wow. Gregory's on a second cup of coffee. Third for me. Ah, 2 horsepower, 2x72 on sale for under $700. Lowe's does? Really? That's interesting. I had no idea that Lowe's. You know what? I think their online store carries just about everything. Oh, ADHD. Maybe a goldfish. Yeah, can't remember what I spent on it. That John seems tries. Yeah, he would have surprised you spent the money. Hmm. I'm surprised at some of the stuff I spend money on too. And half the time I look at my wife and she's got that look on her face, and I'm like, I know, I'll probably never touch it, but I really wanted it. $5 for a wagon wheel most of the time. See, that's the difference. Different parts of the country, I got to tell you, it's there are, I don't know how many, and they're probably all over the United States. I don't get out much, so I don't really know. But the number of like antique stores just in my little town, I think we have 4 or 5 of them. I don't know. But you go in these places, they'll have a wagon wheel. They've got old wrought iron hook, this, that, or the other thing. A wrought iron wagon wheel will run you $200 here. And it's so you can take it home and stick it out in your yard and plant flowers in the middle of this arched wrought iron thing. Live in a house that had a forge as a yard. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. People do that stuff here. I mean, drive around town and I'm like, it's it's rusting into the ground. And when you die, your kids are going to throw it in the dump. And they pay so much money for it. I made my first 2x72 out of treadmill. It cost me $10 at a yard sale. My the one that you see in my older videos, my 2x72, I built out of an old God, it was like this old lathe. It was like a little tiny machining lathe, and I used that and got some aluminum wheels. I think mine was probably $50 or something. I bought the wheels and a couple of belts. But it's amazing. You can get those things everywhere now. Well, thanks, Gregory. I appreciate that. It's good to be making videos again. It's nice to be able to have the time. In the past, it was work all day and then come home and take a couple of hours every night and try to squeeze something in. But nowadays, I've got pretty much from morning till night, and I still don't seem to have all the time I need, but it is what it is. I could sure use one of those, but shipping to OZ is stupid. Yeah, I can imagine. There's a guy called Angus who is a 3D print guy, and I watch a lot of his videos, and I think he's either in Australia or New Zealand, but he's always talking about trying to get parts for his 3D printers, and he says it's just stupid crazy to get pieces and parts unless someone there is importing them to sell locally. He's like, if you got to order stuff online, it's an amazing amount of money. Just got an old sawmill blade, 35 inches for $20. That was yard art. Really? I've got a bunch of sawmill blade stuff, and that's one of the things I need to get rid of. Years ago, I was giving some of that stuff away, but I still have a pile of it. It's I got to do something with it. Buy a boat with it, ship it yourself. Yeah, and you got to buy a captain and some people to run the boat. And then you could just get a bunch of stuff for a whole bunch of people and pay for the boat and all the people. And then you can get your own stuff for free. Yeah. Yeah, Grayson, that's my problem. I always have my wallet with me when I'm at an antique store, yard sale, flea markets. I bring so much stuff home. I've stopped doing that recently. Bought an old forge last month. It needs to be rehabbed. But it was a lawn ornament for, yeah. I've rescued a lot of yard ornaments, actually. I've got a bunch of like grinding wheels from treadle type grinders around here that I've rescued from sticking up out of the dirt in somebody's flower bed kind of thing because they thought I looked cool. I'm like, no, that's not what it's for. Work does get in the way of a lot of things. But like I said, I don't have that problem anymore. Now my big problem is paying the rent. We'll figure that out. Use 3D printer to print another 3D printer. You know what? You're going to see some stuff around here in some videos upcoming that you ain't going to believe. And it's pretty much exactly what you're talking about there with some twists. You got an Ender 6 3D printer that you don't use. You know what? I think that I have maybe one that I don't use, but I've got 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. I think I have 12 of them now, and they're all different types. But I recently got a Bamboo Lab A1 to dink around with, see what's different. And mostly it was to see how they're built because they're built so well, and to kind of reverse engineer it. So I'm taking it all apart to see what it's all about. Going to try to recreate my own. See what that experience will be like. But we'll figure that out. You might see a video on that. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I did that as well. I traded a knife to a guy named Corey. Right up on the hill here, they run a saw blade shop, and they supply all the sawmill blades for everybody around the Northwest here. So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff from him. That's why it's still piled up here. Yeah, it's good stuff to work with. I only have one of the big round saw blades, though. I'm keeping that for, well, yard art. Not really. It hangs on my blacksmith shop wall. A bunch of 1.5, 2-inch bandsaw blades. Those are nice to make billets out of. I've done a lot of those to make different types of Damascus. They work really, really well. For $20 is yours. Steal up a deal. You guys are getting ads again? I gotta do something. I'm just irritated with these people. Sorry about that, guys. Stream settings. I think I just lost my thing here. Where are you guys? Where'd you go? There you are. All right. I'm looking at my stream settings here real quickly to see what, and it says, oh, it says all of the ad things are turned off. So I don't know what's going on. We're going to have to figure that out again. At one point I thought I had them under control, but apparently not. Sorry about that, Trail Dust. That would be cool. Maybe you could use parts to make a plasma cutter. And I've never looked into that, but I probably should because I need one. Everybody needs a plasma cutter. And you're still looking at you take pennies. I don't think the government takes pennies anymore. Don't have a hammer-eyed drift. Yeah, it stinks. Smells like it's cut. Yeah, I'm telling you. I am really getting irritated at the fact because I went in specifically and made sure all that stuff was turned off because I'm supposed to have total control over what goes on in the live streams. But it's probably me. I'm sure I'm missing a setting somewhere. I have the kid take a look at it after the stream today. Pennies just don't make sense. Trade P3 with a shiny rock, nice. Thanks, Richard, but they're still a pain in the butt. You guys shouldn't be getting those things. Life of a vagrant. That's funny. In Peru. Wow. Trace and blades near me, bandsaw blades, just custom knives. Honey, I was him a couple times. He gave me a bunch of bandsaw blade chunks. Has 200 pounds cut more. Just coiled up. Wow. Yeah, bandsaw blades are pretty cool. If you get the metal cutting ones and wood cutting ones and put them together, they have pretty good contrast to them. So they don't take frog skins anymore. That was pretty good. I watched a guy from a maker channel go prospecting in Australia recently. I don't remember the guy's name. It was just a thing. I watched a couple of his videos, and he was with another guy down there, and they were on a river with a 6-inch suction dredge. It was pretty cool. They did pretty well. Call them stones. Yeah, it does sound more impressive than rocks, doesn't it? Yeah. It's a little bit irritating. This falls in line with the whole ad thing being pushed on YouTube and all that. It's crazy because we've got all these subscriptions that we have for the TV, like, I don't know, Netflix. They're not as bad as like Disney Plus or Hulu or whatever. And we bought the streaming services because they were ad free. Now they've got ads on them. We're still paying more for the streaming services. So it's you got to upgrade, pay more money, and then we'll take the ads away again. Like this is, this is a circus trick of some sort. Suck me in like some card shark. A bunch of metal cutting somewhere in your garage. Yeah, I know that story. I started cleaning off the CNC machine and got all under it and around it. I was finding stuff going, that's where that went. I mean, it's amazing how things just kind of, you have it. It's just out there somewhere. Nice. Asphalt production machines, and his brother runs a sawmill. Well, you got your foot in the door. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, this guy that lives, or not lives, but works up here on the hill next to me, really good guy, Corey. He actually had worked at that company for years and years, and the owner sold off, and he's like, I'll buy it. And he just passed it along to Corey, and now Corey owns the thing. And he's an awesome guy. Really, really cool guy. Always very welcoming. He's like, blades that come in that are bad, he'll coil them up, set them outside. I can come up and get them. Rusty Hubcap, you taking off? Have a great day, my friend. Take care of yourself. It's good to see you here. Thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate you, man. Take care of yourself. See ya. What time are we getting to be, guys? Looks like we got about 6 minutes left. So, let me see. Dustin Jarvis, new here. Thanks for taking time to live. Was wondering if I would find. I can't get enough. 12 to use wood like. Yes, I've welded with a wood fire before, but it's dry hardwood. Takes a lot of wood to do it with and a lot of air. So you've got to stoke a fire and keep it very hot. It can be done. It's just going to use up your wood supply so quickly. It's going to be difficult for you to get that done that way. I don't know where you're at in the world. One of the things that I do when I want to forge weld, and I don't know if this is within your area, your realm, whatever's going on, here in my particular state, and I know they're across the U.S., there are Tractor Supplies, and you can buy anthracite coal there. I use it quite a bit, especially for welding. It's cheap. It's super cheap. Even this expensive part of the world that I live in, I can get it for $10 a bag at Tractor Supply, and a bag I can have several welding sessions with, and it works really good. You want to sit here with me, Tim? I'm reading here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm lost a little bit. But yeah, Dustin, that's about the best answer. You can do it with wood. It's got to be dry hardwood. It's going to take a lot of it, but it can be done. Richard Bride, nice. Have to pick lots of type a quarter of the time, so you'd probably fit right in. Nice. You are correct, Daniel. Osage is a really good one, but depending on where you're at in the country, that's going to be a hard one to do. But apple is another, and horse apple, yeah, is another good wood that will burn really good and hot for you. Just got to be really good and dry. A little moisture in there is okay, but it'll help it charcoal up a little bit better. But yeah. And this is exactly the example I'm talking about here, guys. Someone pops in, got a question, they need some advice, they just want an answer. This is the kind of thing that Big Dog Forge wants to support as much as possible. And you guys, the core people here, the core team. I'm losing something over here. I don't know what's going on. Are the ones that are going to be able to answer these questions and help these folks out, and a place where someone can come and feel kind of comfortable asking a question. Tractor Supply won't even order it unless you order a whole pallet of it. Weird. Yeah, they keep it in stock right here, right over there. When they're out of stock, I go to the next town and they've got, yeah, I don't know, maybe it's a Pacific Northwest thing. Alexa's have to go gather eucalyptus and burn it down in charcoal. Yeah, there's lots of tight grain wood out there that can be used. Mesquite, there's another one. Yep. Eric, good morning. We're just getting ready to shut this down, buddy. I got a couple of minutes left, and I have a thing I got to get to. Otherwise, we would go over, but it's good to see you here, man. I'm really glad you dropped by. I mean, Kansas have a pasture full of... There you go. Nice. So, yeah. Oh, I love this group of people. Dustin, you're going to fit right in here. Oh, my goodness. How hard is it to get coal start burning? It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. What I do is I'll take some wax, paraffin wax, beeswax works really good. You know, a little cheese grater, go over the top of it. Light up the wax. It sinks into the charcoal. It'll just catch it right up for you. Either that or take some briquettes, like from charcoal briquettes that you like Kingsford. Build a little fire out of those, put your coal on top. That works really well as well. But yeah, I just use some wax, kind of grate it on, and then just set it on fire with a little paper towel or something. Let's see. Yes. Hey, Adam, you're here. Morning, Adam. It's good to see you, brother. Well, it's morning for me. It's probably middle of the night for you guys, isn't it? 10, 11, 12 o'clock, something like that. And tomorrow's Monday. Blowtorch, yeah, that works. A little propane torch down in the forge, that works really well. Here on the East Coast, tons of Tractor Supplies around. Yep. Just got to find the right one. And the other thing that I found is if you go to your local Tractor Supply and they're like, we don't have that, check with another one in the local area. Chances are within 50 miles, a different rural setting or a city setting or something, they have different needs, so they'll order in different stuff. So if one particular Tractor Supply doesn't have anthracite coal, you're going to find it in another one, probably not too far away. So if you're in the city area and you're finding that, find a rural area and go out and they will have something. This was going to have to come and attempt to collect. That doesn't include shipping. Nice. Yeah, probably not the nice bituminous type um, blacksmithing coal that you typically get in nugget coal. Those is probably furnace coal, heating coal. And they're a little different. It's going to have a lot of sulfur, a lot of impurities in it. It's going to be really, really stinky, smelly, and hard to coke up. Jace County. Ray Campbell, how are you? Mondays drag on. Yes, they do. Well, not for me. Every day's Friday now. I don't have a job no more. I'm going to say that out loud a lot. All right, so I'm going to do this one more time in case you guys were here, weren't here, whatever. Why? How do I get lost so easy? It's crazy. Anyway, so Big Dog Forge is going to start up the Patreon again, and the reason I'm bringing this up here is a lot of you, I'm trying to click on this over here, a lot of you guys were patrons in the past, and your names and information and all that stuff is still there. When I flip the switch on, I don't want you to be surprised. I will be sending out a message from Patreon. You should get an email if you're in there about turning it back on. If you are not a Patreon supporter, if you don't want to be a Patreon supporter, that's all good. It's fine. I don't want you to be surprised when I flip that on and somebody's like charging $5 on your credit card or something from Big Dog Forge. So you will get an email, but I am firing up the Patreon again. And it's all part of trying to put Big Dog Forge back into a business sense, because I'm retired now and I can pay full-time attention to this. And we're going to put out lots more videos. So that I wanted to get out there again. I've said that 3-4 times. Drayson, let me know if I can just ship this thing to you, if that would be helpful. It's all yours. I'll send it out. Send me a message on Instagram or bigdogforging@gmail.com and let me know what size. And if that works for you, then we'll send it out to you. Give me an address to send it to when you do that, because I won't know where to send it. Anyway, I am going to get out of here. I will talk to you guys next Sunday. If you got any comments, questions, issues, whatever, send me a message at bigdogforging@gmail.com. And I will get back to you. I am actually going to go there right after we're done here, because I think I have a couple of things to look at. So I'm going to say goodbye to you for this week, and we will see you again next Sunday right here at Big Dog Forge. Thanks, Drayson. Take care. Pick up my shirt. Okay. Till next week. See ya. Have a good one. All right. This is where the part where I start looking for the button that says stop this. It's on one of these 7 screens in my airplane cockpit here. So here I found it.